flowers are coming out. This is the good thing. You can come up here and just sit for a few minutes and you can just watch all the animals. It's nice to kind of stay in the car and just let it sit for a few minutes because it's like they stop paying attention to your presence. So we've got to name this doe because I'm pretty sure she's claimed us. I don't see her boy, but I see her every day now. I see her on all my cameras now. She has claimed us. What are we going to name her? And of course, we've got all my geese, all the geese, the goats, and Sister Faith, my little cat, my little cat. Well, she thinks she's part of the herd too now. Crazy cat. So, hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. It's right after lunch brunch break. Basically, it's actually called dinner. And then you would call what you eat tonight supper. So I've been working today, doing a lot of stuff, and then I've gone down to the house, and I was getting a little hangry. I needed my protein. I needed my protein fix. So I had a quick little hamburger patty with some cheese. Then I had some extra cottage cheese on the side, raw vegetables. I had some cooked up mushrooms with that hamburger patty. And then a kiwi, and then I had a little bit of this really nice little trail mix that I had. That was sort of my little sweet treat, and it has dark chocolate in it. Y'all, miracles happen. My husband is enjoying dark chocolate because for years he's like, that is so yuck. But now that he's purging his body, and then you're like, oh, dark chocolate tastes kind of good. I'm like, see, it's good, isn't it? Listen to your old wife here, honey. But listen, the day's going great. Let me show you something real quick. I've got something really important to talk about. Look what I got. I meant to show this, and I'm going to hang it up today. Oh, what you talking about, Bigfoot? Isn't that adorable? I got this from a follower the other day at her booth at the flea market, and I just love it. I want one of those huge, like, have you seen them? We've got them all over here. The Sasquatch statues, like they've got them everywhere. They're very expensive though, but I love it. You have to watch those things though. They get stolen too. So this is going to go up. I love that. And look what I finally got. Let me reach over here. And this is going to go perfect with the theme. I hope these fit. Go with the theme of this video. God works, y'all. I mean, he's working all the time. Look at this. I just can't believe it. Can you see this? These are my new running shorts. They're from Saved. And I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to try them on, but I'm going to wait and wear them the day of the 5K. So this is the underlining, the part of the running shorts that's snug on your leg, and then this is what goes over it. I prefer running shorts like this, not the ones with the little bikinis underneath there. I don't like those. I like it to have that underlining down on my thigh. I feel more confident in all of that, and that's my preference. But these, so I got myself a little treat for the 5K, and I just thought that, so it's by Saved. I got them on Amazon, but they have their whole own website as well. I think it's SAVD. Here it is right here. Here's the package it came in. So I'll put a link down below for you to check it out. Do what you want to do. But I thought this was really, really great. So hopefully they're going to fit. My clothes are changing, and I've got to pull them all out. I joke with James. I'm like, I'm the incredible shrinking woman. He's like, no kidding. So I've got clothes that I need to go through. I will donate some. I'm not going to just throw them away. I'm going to donate them. There's some pieces I'm going to keep because we're talking about preparedness in this video. And so there are some things I'm going to put away in a tub for obvious reasons, because that's what we do. But there will be some things that I donate as well, because I'm going to put away or let go of the things that when I was in my heavier times. I have a lot of old clothes. I mean, I even have clothes that I had back in middle school. I wear sweatshirts of my papaws. I mean, y'all know this. So some things I will always keep as long as I can, but then some things I can let go of. And I think that's a part of what we need to do, is understand that we're in a different season right now. It's time to let go of a lot of stress because we are in a different season. You may not think that you are. That is okay. I am. My husband feels he is, and a lot of you are seeing it as well too. Mwah. Okay. So listen, I got a question that just popped up. I went down to the house. And I'm coming back up. It's going to get really gross. Although it's not that hot. It's only 81. We are cooling down. And I know you're like, where's the persimmons? I have all the persimmons on my countertop. And then I had a branch fall, a small, more of like a limb fall. So I've got even more from another tree. So I may test both trees. How about we do that, right? That'd be good. So maybe that's a good thing. So I've dragged those in. I dragged them into the garage. So anyway, and they were actually turning colors. They're not the ones that fell. They are not green. They're actually starting to turn orange, for real. And it's what, August 21st. So anyway, so I went down to the house, had my little lunch there, and switched laundry, switched the dogs, whatever. And I've come back up to work. But before I did that, I opened up some comments, and I got a question. It's a great comment / question. Thank you so much. I believe her name was Miss Frida. And I answered it. And I answered it honest. And she asked me, and I've posted it on my community page and on Facebook because I want you to read it. But I want to answer this and talk about this. Right now, this is going to make everything make sense to you right now if you watch this channel. If you're like, why is she talking about eating cleaner, working out, and Jesus, all this stuff? Why? What happened to the pantry and the preparedness and inflation? None of that's gone anywhere. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's still here, every bit of it. But I feel, and I think a lot of you do as well, you say, okay, I've done all that I can do. I'm still doing it, but I feel a God calling to do more but different. I've neglected some things over the years, including myself and my relationships, particularly with God, with Jesus, maybe with my husband. I got to work on myself. Okay, so here's her question. This is all going to come together at some point, I promise, okay? I'm going to do my best. She wanted to know what I would do in the first 3 days of blah. And there's 4 blahs, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I wrote them down. This is my Costco receipt from yesterday. I'm such a redneck, I know. But listen, God love her heart, bless it. She wanted, me, not her, me. But so this is really good. And I was honest. I know I came back, I answered her. I said, well, it'll make sense. Shut up, Tara. Answer questions. So she wants to know, what would I do if the bank's closed? Well, I did tell her, I said, if you've watched my videos for a while, I've already pretty much answered all of your questions, but we're going to go over it again. Some things are more blatant and some things are a little more read between the lines, honey. But she wanted to know what I would do in the first 3 days if the bank's closed. Well, very simple. I've been telling you, and it's true, for at least the last 4 years that I don't think you should be keeping your money in the bank. Now, that doesn't mean I don't believe you shouldn't have a bank account. I think you should look into a credit union. I'm just going to keep this real simple, y'all. All of this could be one video. Each thing could be one video. I think you should look into being a member of a credit union. They're supposed to be a little bit safer. I think you should keep enough funds in your bank account to get by every month, pay your basic bills, a little emergency, whatever. But I personally believe that the focus of your funds should be in 2 areas. And I have hammered this. I am hammer time, honey. Where are my gold lame breeches of MC Hammer? I need a pair for the driveway, don't I? Know. I think your focus should have been always to have a nest egg for emergencies, because we do still operate in the dollar, even though it's doing what it's doing. But I think the focus of your money should have been placed, and still can be placed, into assets. How you define what an asset is debatable. Clearly, gold and silver is out there, but owning land, homes, skill sets, like, I've got a homestead, and I've put my money into things to continue to make my homestead as sustainable as possible. Things that we can do here in Tennessee, water catchments, improving things, having things to help us homestead. and to farm and to garden and to clean out our stalls, home improvements. So do I think you should just be saving money for the rest of your life? Well, it depends on the scenario. I do think it's important for you to have some money for emergencies. Some people will say 6 months. I actually say I think you should have enough money in an emergency situation in case you lose your job of at least 6 months. Honestly, I think you should have 18 to 24 if you can do it. That's all debatable. But if the bank's closed right now, okay. Well, okay. We're all sitting around waiting on it, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? We have seized the day and the moment over the last 5 to 10 years of our lives to be debt-free. So most importantly, you have to find the balance of paying off your debt, having some preparedness going on, and have a nest egg going on, okay? And have some life, okay? So you have to find your rhythm with that. I can tell you what we've done. I can suggest things, but that may not work for you. So you have to really pray on that and think on that and go forth. All right, is that enough? I can say more if you want, but I'm trying not to make it a 75,000 minute video. Next thing, what if the stock market dropped? I'm not in the stock market. I'm not in crypto. I don't do that stuff. My stock market's over here in the stockyard. Enough said. Not been smart. That's all I got to say. What if war, I wrote it down, I can't read it because I don't have my readers on. War on U.S. soil. There's a reason I have told you for years and years to try to stay as physically fit as possible. Women particularly, to learn self-defense as much as possible. To teach your children to live as remote as you can, if you can. Can I live more rural than I do? Yeah, I could. But then again, you know what the reality is my husband does have a job, so he has to go to work. I have family to take care of at times, you know, when they need me. So living an hour to 2 hours away, you know, doesn't work for me right now. So you have to understand where you are and have a plan. If something were to happen, what is your best line of defense? Self-defense is your line of defense. Community, thinking about escape plans, different things like that. That's an individual basis answer and question and answer. I mean, we're all going to have common themes, but if you don't know how to defend yourself is in all ways possible that you can learn, then, you're just a sitting duck. And you may be a sitting duck anyway, but at least you know you've done what you know how to do as a citizen. Okay. I think that's been the theme here in the United States for hundreds of years. Okay. The last question is, what if we have a civil war? That goes back to 3. Same thing. I try to stay out of the minutia, try to stay out of the fray, live near and with and around like minds. Self-defense, self-defense, self-defense. Here's the answer to all of this now. So I've answered this over the years in probably dozens and dozens and dozens of videos. My lifestyle is a preparedness lifestyle. That's not gone anywhere. I'm not making a whole lot of videos about that right now because I feel in my heart of hearts that I am actually focusing on personally the most ultimate prep of all, which was the first answer I gave her for all of these, which is, what would I do? The first thing I would do is pray. See, I'm at a point where I go, I have literally, physically, emotionally, everywhere you can turn, I've just about drove myself in the ground to do my very best over the last, especially the last 5, but in addition to that, 15 years to learn skills, garden, take on a lot of animal husbandry, medical skills, canning, self-defense, Krav Maga, pew-pew training, moved to the country, done everything I can to prepare for all potential scenarios. I've done what I can do. And we're still working on all of that. And there's different things to do within those time frames. You have to kind of pull back a little bit sometimes to go, okay, instead of doing this, I've got to go back and make this better. Recheck this. I got to focus here again. So that's an ongoing story with anything in your life. The ultimate thing right now, which I feel has really yanked me by the hair of the head and said, sister, you've done it. You're debt free. You're blessed, but you worked it. You've pushed people on the best they can do with a pantry as best they can. I've pushed people, including myself, to be debt free as best you can. All the things that I just said, it has been my focus for the last 5 years, and especially on this channel. And so now what God has put in front of my face is, it's time now to realize you're in a different time and space. This was always here. And listen, you got to walk right with Jesus. You need to work on yourself and repent. And you've got to work good and hard on making sure your family unit is as good as it can be. You have to serve more. Okay? You've got to better your health. None of us are getting any younger. This is why my videos are about this right now. This is it. And I've said this a couple of times, but the preparedness of prayer and self-prep, meaning your health, your diet, your exercise, your mental, emotional health, is your number one prep. If you can't get it right with Jesus and yourself, none of this matters. And that's give me a hug. I ain't mad at you. I'm getting in the word. I'm just saying, okay, you may not live to see any of these happens, because things happen to people every single day. I pray against that right now, but I'm just saying. But we have a responsibility. And so, you know, we have to do all the things, and they take a lot of time. This is why I've started hammering on myself more so in the last 5 years. I mean, look how everything's changed in the last 5 years. Amen. Very, very awakening. And it has dragged us through the world of nothing but death, stress, and cortisol. So what would I do? I'd be praying. And I feel these seasons could very likely come at any point. I'm not going to lie to you. And I haven't put that down. But what I'm doing right now is trying to go, okay, yes, I'm getting my pantry right. I'm going to clean it up, clean it out, go over things. I'm getting my animals right. I'm going to make sure that things are prepped. I'm getting my body right. I'm getting my relationship with God on point. Because, baby, when He yanks you in, there ain't no turning back. And with that, I want to be a better wife. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better mother. I want to be a better example as best I can. Okay? We're not perfect. But we could always try our best, even in our failures. That's where we learn. So how would I prepare today, ma'am? I hope this answers your questions, and I love these questions. I love this. This is awesome, because it makes us snap back into reality of, why am I doing this today? Why am I running a 5K? I'm not trying to look cute for a bikini, because number one, I don't own one, and you ain't gonna see me in one. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Doing the right things as best you can, they're going to put you in the right space and place. So when the real trauma and drama hits, these are big hitters, you're going to be able to handle them. And the first thing that you're going to know to do, which is fundamentally the most important thing, is you're going to hit your knees. We should be hitting our knees now. So we don't wait until the crisis hits to hit the kneecaps. We should already be on our kneecaps. How can we self-improve on that? What is God telling you to move on today? These things, I'm going to say yeah. But most importantly, until we get, looky here, get this and this and this right. And it's a day-by-day, moment-to-moment, continual work hard process and progress. Okay? None of it's going to happen. None of it's going to work. It's not going to make sense. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. Folks, I haven't put down my concerns and thoughts and opinions and whatever of everything that you're seeing, that you're inundated with, especially on Twitter. I've just said, like I've said, don't you stick your head in the sand and you keep doing all the things. But Patara at this moment in time is working on so many things right now, because we're going to be tested. And we're going to be tested in ways perhaps she hasn't even asked about. Could you have ever predicted March of 2020 back in 2019? Same thing. It's like, I knew something at some time was going to happen, or, you know, I heard rumblings of things like this could happen, but you didn't know when. You didn't know how. You didn't know exactly when. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So, don't go crazy with stress. Get a hold of it now. And do these things like I've said, because I'm telling you, it is, when you doubt the freedom in this country, those things that I mentioned in terms of being honest about where we are and how do you take care of yourself the best, with all the things that we've mentioned, it's going to bring you some peace. It's going to bring some peace to you with your family, because you know you got it right as best you could, and that is the best we can do. And then ultimately, when that is done, or that hits the wall, it's never done, but you know, when you've reached a certain point and you go, okay, now what? Oh, Jesus, there's just something about that name. Like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more videos. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. Can I sit them there? I'll see you on the next video.